Welcome back to the Buckethead and King Show.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's hard being Buckethead and the King. I'm just letting y'all know. You just can't start at the top. Buckethead and the King is not no greatness.
And the King's popping his collar.
I popped my collar.
Go against a team, you don't have to hate nobody. Just like them a little bit.
We're gonna do some run-on sentences. We're gonna mess around and say won't when it's supposed to be a different won't. And do not try to call up here and try to check us. Because I'm telling y'all right now, can't nobody beat us bragging on us.
Yeah, don't nobody like to talk more about themselves than Buckethead and the King does.
Don't ever forget that I got my newspaper clip in my wallet.
Welcome back to another edition of High School Primetime, the Buckethead and King Show right here. Man, everybody's been talking about the show we had the last 2 weeks because I try to tell everybody when they got football season what was going to happen, King.
Hey, smoking. It's on and popping.
It's like them butts you got up on the grill.
Smoking hot.
Smoking hot.
Yes, yes.
But we've had some hot topics this week. We had the media days, and everybody went through that, and, you know, it was good to see all the coaches. We had some new coaches. I had coaches that had never been involved in it. One take I took from it from Coach Rico Jackson was, "This is awesome." Yeah. He said, He said, "I've been through some media day." He said, nobody does it like you do it right here in Calhoun County."
Well, you know,
and Talladega County too, because they do a good job too.
They did a good job. Now, listen, I've been getting a whole lot. I mean, I've been trying not to call you and let you know. I get a lot of calls, and you know, there's such people. They say things like, "Well, such is trying to do the same thing you guys are doing." And you know, I said, "Man, I don't want to wake Buckethead up because you know, you get kind of outrageous with stuff. So I don't want you to get all upset. You know, so I just want people in TV land to know you got to be careful with them imitators out there. You got to understand, Buckethead and King, we on a different level. Both of us got issues. I mean, you're not going to find nobody out there that's don't play this game, play the main sports in high school, baseball, football, basketball, and be able to talk about it. And then to tell you some guys that don't play it also that's out there, some true Hall of Famers.
True Hall.
That's not in the Hall of Fame, but it's in Buckethead and King Hall of Fame. Now, we know some boys that actually put in some work.
Exactly right.
So we're able to do that now. You were teasing me earlier. We got some people out here that they can't do that. They can't sit down with no Wendell Kelly, no Tony Young, no Eric Davis. You know, you got guys that's out here. I mean, Rowan Bussey.
One prime example was last year we were on location. And another place was set up again, right there beside us.
Right, yeah.
Tony Young walks up, and they didn't know who he was.
In his home, on his home
he owns the place.
Yes.
When he walks out there, people bow down.
Who that?
Who that? Start yelling, who that?
They looking around like, who they talking about?
And they didn't even know who he was.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, I don't know. I don't understand that.
I don't understand. I'm not going to throw no rocks. I'm not going to call no names.
No. But here's the one thing I'll always say. Often imitated, never duplicated. Remember that about Buckethead and the King.
You said it.
Often imitated, never duplicated.
You know that word you used about that long.
It was tough. I've been working on that. I've been working on that.
Boy, you using big words. Oh, listen, y'all in for a treat. If Buckethead using big words, it's on and popping this football season. It's going to be lit.
It's going to be lit.
It's big words. You practicing.
I've been practicing. I'm trying to get better so we don't say a won't for another won't.
We're going to say it.
But you better not check it.
No. Say it again.
I sounded like, no, sir, we don't want no Grey Poupon.
Quit talking in my ear, Eric. What you saying is he's saying something crazy.
Foreign language or something. I don't know.
Man, don't.
A corsage.
A facade. What is that, a car? Man, come on, don't start. Listen,
look.
You're looking at two boys from the South. And we're not New York cities.
Yeah.
And we're not going to be able to come up here and give you all this proper.
I don't know what he was saying. I still don't know what he's saying.
He said something about a facade. I thought he said massage.
I thought he said corsage. I wasn't giving you no corsage.
I don't want no corsage and no massage either. Eric, what is you talking? What do a corsage?
Oh,
Man,
you want us
you
to
don't
get a
know.
dictionary? No.
First thing you need to have a clear
I'm
understanding. No, you need to understand this, Eric. For people in TV land, you can't see Eric, but he's in our ear, and he's off in the booth talking. We're gonna try to get a camera on him, but he's in there talking that foreign language. First thing, you're not gonna come up here talking about no facade dictionary.
No, sir.
We're not. Dictionary don't even go with Buckethead and the King. You do that fit?
You can't find us nowhere in there.
We're not in there.
Buckethead or the King is not in the dictionary.
Nope.
They
Hey,
should have it in there though.
Well, no.
Or greatness. You look up greatness, it should have our picture. Buckethead and the King.
It's a reason.
Oh, there's a reason.
There's a reason
Okay.
why it's not in there. I'm just
Okay.
gonna tell you. Keep it clean. I got to give a shout out. Now I'm gonna tell you
Go
something.
ahead.
I had 2 customers come to the restaurant from Piedmont, and they said they watch our show. I tried to give them a call in. Eric got the number up there. I tried to give them a call in. They kind of shy.
We won't call. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We've got some great things right now that's out there we want to talk about.
Well, let me tell you, those 2 customers came up to the restaurant and they had all their Piedmont gear on and they in there eating good, talking about how good food was. Then they made sure they let me know that Buckethead and King show they watch every Tuesday, and that it's true that there's something wrong with you.
With me?
Yeah.
You?
No, they told me to keep helping you.
Keep helping me?
Right.
They wanted some free food, that's all it was.
That's what it was?
That's what it was.
But they told me that after they paid.
They want a discount on the next time.
That's what it was?
Yeah.
You know what they told me? You know how they had that tailgating up there?
That we didn't get none of it last
But
time.
listen, I told them that. But the guy, the husband, and the wife knew everything that was over there too. Man, they got to name all the food that them jokers do up there. It's ridiculous. Let me tell you something. I don't care nothing about going to see no game next time I go up there. I'm going up under them trees.
We're going to set our tent out there with them.
up
man.
under that. Listen, they do it big over there.
I'm in.
And they told me, they said they do it a lot.
I can't say nothing, no, because Coach Smith walked over, Coach
He
Probst walked
told us
over
about
there
it. He said-
and told us to get over and get us something to eat. We were busy. We were trying to do the show. So,
Right.
So I mean, they invited us and was going to give us some good food, DD. I mean,
bring DD name
peanut.
up. I mean, he
But,
didn't.
I mean-
he didn't give us nothing of that.
No.
Don't make no sense.
But I will tell you this. We got some things out there right now. You know, everybody's talking about the best helmets and how the helmets look. Hey, we got some awesome helmets combinations this year.
Oh yeah.
And people have responded and talked about it. And then another thing, the most fiercest place to play. I mean, who's got the best Friday night game atmosphere around here? And listen, I can tell you there's a bunch of them around this place that you just don't want to walk in unless you're strapped up and ready to go.
I've been saying this for the past couple of years that we've been on the air. I've been saying, listen, we can't talk about it if you hadn't actually played in these rivalries. You need to know. If I tell you something, it's because I've been through it. If you say it, you played it.
Yeah.
People need to know that. That's why we're not just saying it.
Yeah.
And the ones that come in on the page just telling us, those guys giving you stories that they played.
Oh, yeah.
They played in it. Now, I'm going to let you know. It's 2 places. 2 that I can tell you honestly put the King to the test when I was my senior year in football. 2. Well, my junior and senior year. Put it like that. Out there in that valley, you already know, I done told you, it's hard to go out there in that valley.
I'm going to tell you, if I was voting, man, both of us played in the Valley. If I was a voting man,
Yeah.
and look, you talking about a Mumford guy and an Oxford guy,
Yeah.
and we call our home field the Punch Bowl. Back in the day, they've moved fields now since they got a new school.
Yeah.
Because they say if you stand around, you get punched in the mouth. But
Oh.
that Valley,
That
Valley
what you say?
was it was famous way before the Valley Dog.
Oh, yes, sir.
Way
It
before
wasn't
the
famous
Valley
about that dog. It was about you coming out here, you better scrap it up,
Yes,
buddy.
sir.
Alexandria, and that's one of the places that put the King to the test out there. And then that Talladega. Now, we don't play Talladega now, Oxford don't, but when we were playing Talladega, and we were playing Heflin in my senior year, we played Talladega and we beat them 3-0 in overtime. Bruh, I'm talking about hit me. They hit me so much that night. The next day, I got hit again in my sleep. I was steady running and trying to get away from. You hear me?
I hear you.
Instead of trying to get away, I couldn't. It rained all night. A scat back like me couldn't move in that mud. They was lighting me
Lighting
up.
you up.
Yeah, I give them props. They did their job. Huh? What
glad-
you clapping for?
I mean, I'm glad somebody finally put some pads on you.
Slow down.
Look, I'll tell you another place, and you didn't play in it, but I played in it, and it was Piedmont. And Charles Dudley and them, and that
I-
group
I
up
know-
there back
I
in
know
the day.
Charles. I know
I mean, them boys would get out and
In Piedmont.
in Piedmont, and
before the
and
new
let me
field.
tell you this, Piedmont's field now
Yeah.
is unbelievable.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
that atmosphere, the Field of Champions,
Yeah.
is nice now too. But I could
Where
name
y'all
them all.
play at?
Go out there to the Creek Bank. Go out to the Creek Bank and not come in there ready to play. Go to the Hill.
What you mean?
And that's what I
went
like
to the
about
Hill.
them all. And go to the Hill and not strap that chin strap up tight.
You ain't got to there knock that helmet clean off you out there. I played out there in Wellman too now.
Yeah.
Them boys out there put that licking on you. One thing I know, but they played good ball. It wasn't. Listen, they played good ball. It wasn't that I had to. They wasn't dirty, but they'll hit you. Every now and then somebody will pinch you on the huddle and step on your ankle or something like that. But
I believe you have something going on with getting peace in the huddle.
Alexander done that to me. Man, I'm telling you. Woo.
Let's not get into Alexander. We stay on Alexander enough. But I will say this. Alexander is getting the Bucketheads vote for the toughest place to ever play, the Valley.
You gonna give him that?
I'm giving it to him. When you drive up, when you got off 431 and you went down that road and you made that turn up that little hill, and you started seeing them paw prints.
Yeah.
What was the name of it? Stadium Drive. When
That
you
what they
started
call it?
seeing them paw prints.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard banjo music,
I'm trying
but
to
you
tell
could
you,
have heard some.
right now, if you go out there,
Because it was serious business right there.
everybody out there in TV land, listen to me. Go out there to the Valley around 10:30 at night. It's a different darkness. They ain't got too much light out there. 10:30. About 10:40, you're going to hear that banjo. And when you hear that do-do-do-do-do-do, turn left and get back out there on 431.
431 and get home.
Quickly.
Yeah.
And get home.
Yeah, get home.
Because it's something, it's on and popping.
But I'm going to tell you, we left one out. One other school that I think's got now look, they got a great field now, but back in the day, in that little field they had, when it was 20 rows, 30 rows deep in the end zone, people were sitting in the grass in the end zone out there at Heflin.
Man.
They would hit you too back in the day.
Let me tell you something. I asked you to pull up the highlights of that Heflin game and go get that ink.
I can't pull up the
You pull the ink up.
I
when
did pull the
went.
ink up.
But the 87 when I went over there and played Heflin, I'm gonna tell you something. It was standing room only. And I'm telling you right now, if I wasn't giving them the business, they were trying to give me the
I
business.
ain't never been to Heflin. This is what I hate for our kids today.
Uh-huh.
And some stadiums still got it. I'm not, because you go to Piedmont, it's crowded.
Yeah.
You go to the Creek Bank, it's loaded down. You go to White Plains, I don't care how many games they won, it's loaded down.
Always packed.
And Oxford got a big stadium. It's tough to pack that stadium, but they still
it's
got
the
people
time.
coming.
They be all on the track.
Sachs, Weaver, all of them.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this. Back in the day, I don't know if there just wasn't nothing else to do, but everybody went to football games.
Friday nights.
Friday Night Lights was real in this area.
It can be like that. It can go back to that if we start getting these hometown rivalries back.
Well, the reason you're walking down the track I'm walking, we've been
I'm
watching old film.
I'm trying to hold your hand.
We watch
Let's get
film
there.
and we see, people are playing teams from way out of state, not bringing any crowds in.
Nah, that ain't hitting on that.
I mean
30
around
people
the
sitting
state.
over there?
Yeah,
Come
nobody's coming. Let's get these rivalries back. And listen, and people's brought up some good points.
It'll hurt you if it hurts you on scheduling and when it's time to go to playoffs, something like that. I can understand your coaches trying to get their schedule right because they start looking at your strength of schedule. I understand that, but I'm gonna tell you now.
All you gotta do is win, baby.
Listen, first game of the season or either the last game of the season will either be a hometown.
It should be either way.
Either way it go.
You should finish them way.
Lima, let me tell you something, and just like they say right here, Lima and Clay Chalk Clay County, Lyman, Clay County.
That was a good. I didn't mean to lead them out.
You can't lead them.
I called a game down there, the Clay Bowl. If I don't know nothing about the Clay Bowl, you ain't from around here, or you too young. But the Clay Bowl was a slobber knocker. Hey, it was the Wendell Kelly snot knocker game.
Listen,
and they hated one another. And they were They were like Oxford Anderson.
Yeah.
You know, when I say hate, guys, don't think we talking about real hate. We talking about hating each other on the field and wanting to beat each other, compete and get the best of the other. They might have been a little hate. I don't know.
Yeah, but, you got to have a little bit.
You got to have a little stank in you.
Let me tell you something. I got many friends across this county. Anderson, Oxford, Weevil, it don't matter. I got a lot of friends. But when it came football season, I couldn't stand half of them that played for Anderson. After the ball game, then we can be friends. But before that game, I ain't got nothing to say to you. I don't like you, and then I'm going to talk about you while you're on the field. But after the game, we can be friends if you want to be friends. Now, this guy here just sit here and say that he see those lights out there at Alexandria, when he see them lights shining, makes him want to scrap up and play right now. Right now. See, that's those kind of old school rivalries. When they played back in the day, when I'm telling you, when Oxford used to walk down off that hill from the Big O out the gym.
It was stupid.
When they lined up.
It was 2 by 2 coming down that hill.
Boy.
I don't care what I remember the 82 team. We talked about it, the Welborn, because we talked about Welborn and Oxford and what it meant to the people. And you got a lot of people coming. I wish y'all would call in and give us a little bit. But watching that 82 team, I remember watching them walk down that hill, elbow to elbow.
That's what you talking about.
Listen. And you wanted to be a part of that, no matter where you was at.
I was a little youngster, and I'm standing down there at the gate when they would come through the gate, and you wouldn't have your hand out.
Oh,
the football players, to me, them my superstars right there. You shaking their hand, you right, I want to be one of them guys. Them guys, Big Bruce Herman, Spider, and all them Matt Ralphs, Michael Peterson, all them guys be coming down now. Jerwayne, Matt Ralph. Them guys had them old elbow pads on.
Them old neck rolls that were rolls.
And big number 33 buses sitting up there. Yeah. They're stalking. Made that black and gold look like, hey, man, I can't wait.
Couldn't wait to put it on.
Couldn't wait.
Couldn't wait to put it on.
You got folks like Andy Williams, then you got Burgess, the radio guy. Rick Burgess. All them guys, man. You talking about Stephen Waits.
I'll tell you another place. And I didn't realize it till I got out there, till my son was coaching out there. Watching them guys, White Plains follows their team, and I hope it stays that way for Coach Jennings. But coming out of that locker room is right there at the top of the hill, and they walk down the stairs to the field. Pretty neat deal too. That's a neat deal too. And like I said, they always got a crowd.
You know that. Clemson got something.
Got something just like that comes right out the end of the field. Makes me think of that.
Yeah.
And then here's another thing. Alexandria, they come off that hill around the corner coming in and get you.
Sachs got a big one too.
Sachs comes off the hill. Weaver comes off the hill. Pleasant Valley comes down the center of the bleachers. Yeah. Down between the crowd on the field.
See what I'm talking about?
It's just listen, we're blessed around here, man.
That's what it's all about, guys. And listen, this show, Buckethead and King Show, we're gonna talk about things like that. We're not gonna be running around here with no shirt and tie on, trying to tell you, pardon me, that you can catch us at 7:30 Eastern time and all that. You might can catch me in Buckethead saying some crazy stuff, man. But we're gonna talk about these kids. We're gonna love on the kids. We don't hate no team. Well, when we played, we did a little bit, but now we gonna give love to these kids, and we're gonna talk about some schools that's around the area and a little bit out of the area. But we're gonna give you guys what we got, and we want you to call in and be a part of it. That's what it's all about.
You're right. I want to tell everybody why he's got this wrinkled shirt on. I want to point this out because his wife's going to get him.
Yeah.
It's because he came in here with a green shirt on.
Yeah.
Knowing we're sitting in front of a green screen. And I wish you'd have just kept the green shirt on because all you'd have seen was his arms and his head. That would have been great. That would have been a great show.
You had to tell my wife that I got the wrinkled
shirt
on.
Yeah, I told her.
You see what you got to tell on?
I can't even pop it out. Listen,
people, let me explain something to you. I got 5 jobs. I'm working. This dude here, he got one job, and he come here. I'm doing 5 jobs before I get here. This dude got it made.
What's that got to do with me? And you wearing a green shirt in here?
Listen, cause the green shirt was with me with the on the other 4 jobs.
On the other 4 jobs.
That's right. I ain't got time to run to the house get another one. I wasn't going home. Let's go to break while you try to talk about Kurt. Get your boy Kurt.
We're gonna get into some real tough stuff. I want y'all to stick around, come back. We gotta pay some bills first, and we'll be right back. But listen, let's get into who's got this best helmet award. I want some calls. I want to know what you guys think.
It's done, man. It's time to come together and change the culture. Let's do the little things right. Let's not worry about what the school board says. You do what you've been coached to do. You do it. Don't worry about everything else. Do your job to 100% because your brother next to you means more than the name on the back of your jersey. You come into our house, you get hit in the mouth. You come into our house, you earn it. Respect ain't given. Respect is taken, and we take it tonight. It's prime time, baby. It's prime time, baby.
If you're the family with kids playing sports and the parents that are running 2 ways at once, then a Team 1 Chevy is perfect for your team. Baseball, softball, and soccer families can travel in all-American style with a new Chevy from Team 1. Bank on the best deal, a great selection, and the perfect vehicle for your all-American team.
Interest rates as low as 1.9% and no payments for 90 days when you finance with GM Financial. Home of the best people, the best service, period.
When it rains, it pours. Be certain that your house is ready to survive the next storm. Noah's Ark specializes in protecting everything that is inside of your house by keeping water where it belongs, outside. Schedule your free home assessment today. Call Noah's Ark at 256-453-1580 or visit noahsarkwaterproof.com. Noah's Ark. Keep water out. Protect what's valuable in.
Welcome back to High School Prime Time. You can see right there on the page, we talk about it all the time. We never have it in studio, but we do talk about it all the time. It would be great to have it in studio, but right now, we just don't ever see it in the studio. Mason's Barbecue, all I can say is get you some.
208 Mountain Street,
208.
Northwest, Jacksonville, Alabama.
If you go to the stadium at Jack State University,
Right next
it's
to Jack
right behind the street, right behind it.
Right
across
across
the street.
Yeah. Smoke. Follow the smoke.
I can smell it now. I mean,
know
when you
you
get
have
to
it.
the square, I can let go of my steering wheel. When I get to the square, I can let go of the
If
steering
you
wheel.
don't smell it, you don't need to go in there. I'm letting you know now. I'm letting you. If you go to a barbecue place, you don't smell that smoke, or see some smoke, you need to keep going. I know baking going on out there, but if we smoking that meat, you hear me?
I'm with you.
Okay, well, I need you to come on up. It's about time. About time you get your eat on. I was scared because the doctor had done took everything from you.
Well, I have to watch my red meat. You know I am a little
You've
bit.
been watching it, but it was going in your mouth.
I watch it as it goes on the floor, and so I have to watch it. But the good thing about it is like I said, we were talking about the helmets, and we were talking about, the toughest places, the greatest atmospheres. Like I said, we're blessed around here because we got some great high school. I mean, there a lot of colleges. Listen, a lot of these small colleges across the country that don't even have the atmosphere we have at our high schools.
Man,
And that's from 1A to 6A.
It's something about high school football. It's different in many ways, but I'm gonna tell you something. If you don't have the love for it, there's no need you even trying to listen to what we're talking about. Because going to a high school game on Friday night used to be what everybody, hey, Monday through Thursday, but come Friday, pet rally time, game time,
Oh,
man,
it was
that's
on.
it. Mama, I'll be home Saturday.
Yeah, I couldn't wait. It was so much fun.
Ooh. Enjoy your look. You seniors, enjoy your senior year. It's on and popping. Go ahead, you're on Buckethead and the King.
Hey, man, this is Chris calling from Raglan. I'm a Saks High School graduate.
Well, thank you,
We
Chris.
have
up,
all
brother?
these toughest places to play at. I mean, Alexandria, Anniston. But remember when we used to have the bands?
Oh man.
Some odd people when, I think it was 97 or 98 or maybe before that, Central Tuscaloosa came to Anniston with like 100-something football players.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Oxford rivalries, all these cross-town rivalries we always had.
That's right.
As graduate, we couldn't stand Weaver. We couldn't stand Alexandria.
That's what I'm talking about.
But you know, and you brought up a good point. Back in the day, the bands
How?
were massive in this area.
Chris.
Every school.
Tell me what was the most famous band at your time around this area?
Let's see, I graduated in 01. Let's see, Anniston always had a great band.
Now, hands down.
It's always,
Listen,
always
Hands down. See what he said. Now I was gonna say that because I go all the way back to
But,
87.
but now
88.
I'm gonna go back into Oxford. Used to have 300 people in their band. People don't realize how many people that is. 300 members in their band.
Okay.
Oh, they used to, when they came to Saks one time, they filled up the whole entire, like,
They do it now.
100 yards. Yeah.
They do it right now.
That's crazy.
Oxford, Chris, I don't want to cut you out. You stay on now. We want to hear from you. They always hear from me in Buckethead. But listen, Oxford right now, band is huge. But listen, they play more like the classic kind of music. I want them to get a little funky for me. You hear what I'm saying? Then I don't want to hear Flight of the Bumblebees. I want to hear some Earth, Wind, and Fire. Give me something. Anderson used to get down, and you know how we went over there
I know it.
to Birmingham. What did they do over there? You know how they
killed
printed?
it. Oh, yeah.
Man, but go ahead, Chris.
But I know you're talking about the toughest places. I'll give you two of the toughest players.
Come on.
One came from Anniston, Montrezl Kirby.
Oh, you,
Yeah, wait. No, you're not going to argue from us on that. That's a good one.
One more, and this is, everybody's going to be like, yep, I knew this name. Matt Campbell.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. And then,
You sure enough said- you said
I'm
two
glad,
of 'em.
so you graduated in 01?
Graduated in 01.
So see, well, I like him calling in and getting. We need some more calls like that because we're always talking about old school guys that are older than them.
Yeah.
But both of them guys were
Pretty
unbelievable.
good. Those guys were good.
I mean, Matt Campbell, we know what he did. He's a state record holder, and
out there in that valley.
yeah, in the valley.
I went out
Or
there.
you could actually go up north to Etowah County, Etowah High School.
Oh yeah.
Man, you talking about
Parnell Williams.
Cadillac.
No doubt. I watched Cadillac and Oxford go back and forth forever, and actually that year Cadillac wasn't even the star of the show. They had another running back. I can't remember who it was. It was the game that went forever.
Why you bringing name? Why you bringing it up there? You don't remember his name.
Well, he was just a good running back,
Or even Tyrone Popo at Cleveland County.
which is
Yeah.
we've proven in our if you've
We
been on
just-
our site, you've seen pick one Tyrone Protho and Cadillac went against each other.
Ooh,
and
that's a hard one there.
and then that's a hard one to
That's a
choose.
hard one there.
But I'm gonna say,
Ain't no loser.
no, we don't
No
have
loser.
losers on our page. But I was gonna say, all the way around, I think Tyrone Prothro, all the way around, was the best player between them two.
You would say
Best
that.
athlete.
Yeah.
And I'm an Auburn fan.
But listen, that don't mean that. I'm just asking why you say that. I don't want you to, waste no time trying to break it down. But I'm just trying to figure out. But Cadillac
Because-
was a running back.
Tyrone was as good a running back. People say Tyrone was a different type guy.
Yeah,
he was a
he was a
receiver,
receiver,
he was a
yeah.
wide out, he was a
Yeah.
running back, kickoff return guy, punt return guy.
He was exciting.
Toss him the ball. See what he did.
Listen, he
But
gonna
you've
take his
also got
man
the
leg.
local ones, too, like the recent ones. Like now, you got Quan Alexander playing for Pittsburgh.
Oh, I know
I
it.
saw that. We just saw that the other day.
We signed a
Everybody
day.
remembers 2013 Trey Smith.
Well, listen, I actually got a chance to coach that kid, and he's out. Actually, was in my mentoring class, and when he was in like 11, 12 years old, playing youth ball over here in Hopkins City. Now, we knew Quan was gonna be special playing youth ball. Now, I'm letting you know, he will hit you. He can play anything, football, in basketball. Now, I had him out there trying to play Little League baseball on my team, and he tried to catch a high fly and ran into the fence head first and tore the fence down. I got him and put my arm around him and said, son, go on over there because your mama going to kill me because we already know you a football player. You know, he ain't playing no more baseball, but he's an athlete.
But I mean, you're right, Chris. We could go on and on naming people from around here.
Oh, man.
I mean, and that's why we're so blessed. That's why we like to talk about the old school guys too, because there wasn't anything like this around when they were coming through. So we want to just make sure everybody understands that there was foundations planted by a lot of good players.
Yeah, and we got to always get back.
There was, and a lot of things now is just getting fans out to the stadiums. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've gone to Sox games and there's been just not a lot of people.
Oh, you can go ahead and say it. It's pathetic.
Well,
And it's not just that way at Saks. It's that way all across the county.
and I think that we don't got too big for our britches. We need to go back and be our brothers, keep and help out our neighbors. And I need for a fact, I mean this right here. If Anderson and Arthur gang come back to the table, I know Anderson is gonna profit behind that. As, you know what I'm saying, more than Oxford. Because Oxford actually not in no need for no money, but I'm telling you that won't be for money. It'll be for the
and Chris,
county.
what Chris is talking about, Saks still plays Ohatchee.
Mm-hmm.
They play Welborn. They play Piedmont. They got rivalries right here in their back door that they play that we should pack it out every time we play them because we want to beat the other team so bad and we want to support our kids.
Yeah.
And every year we have Weaver and Welborn.
Yeah, Weaver.
In our region.
It's in your region.
You said, didn't you tell me you graduated from Saks?
In 01.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you some names out of Saks, and
They
should be
they're
Hall
going
of
to be
Fame,
on the way
I'll
back
tell
a
you.
little bit further.
But he gonna get these names.
He
I'm gonna
probably
give it
knows
to
them.
him. Jeff Powell, Tommy Carter,
Okay.
These are about 15 years ahead of you.
King that played for up in Jacksonville, Joe Jones.
Oh, Joe Jones.
Man,
yeah.
listen, those names right there. Eric King, that's right, Eric King from that's what I'm talking about, King. All them guys right there helped lay that foundation out there. Those guys, you pull up the stats on them.
Oh yeah.
They was outstanding.
And they went and played baseball
And football.
both pitched and played baseball at Auburn.
And that's right.
And so, but they were great. Jeff Powell is as good as
He
anybody
played good football,
in
too,
football.
Jeff.
That's what I was going to say. So, but they both
were really good coaches too with Bobby Joe Johnson.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
We've got some unbelievable coaches come through here. I mean, I wouldn't even want to start naming them because you can line them up. Holiday, Burgess, and then you got out at Welborn. You can just start naming them one right after the other. They still got a great one out there. The guy out there is so old school it ain't even funny. They got now Jeff Smith.
That's my boy.
Love him. But guys, love the show. Y'all keep it going.
Thank you.
I will talk to you guys later.
We appreciate you calling. Call back next week when football season starts. We're gonna have a lot more to talk about.
23 days.
All right. Thank you, my
See
brother.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good call right there.
Yeah, I mean, and he brought up a great point. A lot of times we overlook the Matt Campbells, and you know what? We don't overlook them. We just don't talk about them. We know who they are.
Right.
And we
We can start now. I mean, we can go all the way down to the Miguel English.
Yeah, I mean,
You can start talking about little
well, you ain't Quan. You talk about Quan. You got Trey Elson. You got
Miller.
Yes, I mean
Gary Mason Jr. You got
Ryan
you got
Miller
all of them.
was. I
Yeah,
mean,
you
but so
got
you,
some.
but we still.
Edwards.
Yeah.
He just like his dad.
Yeah, and then both of them.
That's right.
And then I mean, Ron Thomas,
Thomas.
a Weaver guy that moved to Oxford, and you know, and you know, we were talking about let's do.
Steve Criswell.
Yeah, well, we always talk about them
Orlando
guys.
Waters.
We always talk about them guys.
Them guys there. I mean, that's
Yeah.
in that 89 and 90. That's close to his time right there.
We were talking. Well, he's the 01. That's a lot closer to us than it is him.
Yeah.
But I'll say this: we were talking earlier, and actually somebody threw up a thing on there. We were talking about the Oxford-Welborn rivalry, and we're going to talk a little bit about that right now. So if you're tuned in, you're going to get a treat on the Oxford-Welborn rivalry. If you know somebody, you might want to tell them, hey, we're going to talk about it. But Oxford-Welborn, and somebody posted earlier, Garrett. I want to get your thoughts on this, King.
Come on with it.
Somebody said give give Coldwater back to Welborn, and let's roll with
Now
it.
they did say.
Let's
Did
roll
they
with
say
it.
that?
They roll with it.
Wait a minute. Hold. First thing first.
I'm
I
throwing
don't-
that out there. I ain't jumping on no side. I'm
You
just
ain't
throwing
got
it
to.
out there.
You ain't got to.
Okay.
And I don't know who said it. It don't matter. Tom, Dick, and Harry gonna get the business. I'm finna give it to you. Look, the king gonna give it to you straight. We're not giving back no land. It's like Monopoly, baby. If we got you, it belong to us now. You can go on there, just pass go, don't pay $200 and go on. Now, if we give you back, what do you want? You want Coldwater. If we give you Coldwater back, and that means y'all gonna go back out there and Welborn. Half of y'all gonna go back to Welborn. Y'all line up. I'm tired of these here people in this county.
Hold
Won't
on.
be talking that stuff. If y'all line up.
Will you give County Line over south back to Mumford?
No, we ain't giving you that. Listen.
County
listen,
Line Road back to
I
Mumford?
just told y'all this is Monopoly. The Monopoly game is if you roll them dice and you get on my Broadway here,
Hey.
I own Broadway.
Hey, Welborn fans, Mumford fans, Heflin fans, because Oxford's killing it. Jacksonville, y'all got to watch Anniston. Watch out. I'm going to tell you. You know what happened? If they couldn't beat you, they just bought you out. That's what Oxford did to all the teams.
I sure wish I had a cigar. I don't even smoke. Give me a cigar, I put it in my mouth. There. It's part of it. Part of the game, baby. It's the American way.
So the NIL, the transfer portal, all that was in play years and years ago when Oxford started buying everybody up.
Jay said Easter Boga and Coldwater. We got to give them Easter Boga too.
Well, Easter Boga's on the other side of Coldwater.
But then, listen, it belongs to us. I don't know why y'all people ain't. Listen, when you come down to Oxford, have an understanding, we reach way out. It's just certain parts that we just don't own, just small amounts.
But I would love, let me just say this. I know it's never going to change, but, and listen, I don't, there's reasons why people join the Oxford school system. Oxford just didn't take it without somebody wanting to be annexed in.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I would love to see the old line, the Coldwater of Easter Boga at Welborn, the county line back at Mumford, and
Wait a minute, man. Hold on, dog. Are you trying to take land?
I'm trying to take land. I mean, y'all know that's how y'all did the Indians.
Hey, let me tell you something. We taking land. We don't take land and give it back.
Yeah, that's how y'all did the Indians.
Well, I'm sorry.
Well, here's the thing.
Listen, he trying to get me down that rabbit hole.
What that did, though, was crushed some unbelievable rivalries.
You think?
I think so.
Why?
Because let me tell you why. Oxford got way bigger when they annexed everybody's kids in, and everybody else got way smaller. So the divide got too big for us to play it.
That's what happened.
Yep.
All right, so let me ask you
So
this.
if Mumford had their kids back, Welborn had their kids back, Oxford wouldn't be much bigger than everybody else. Then you got Heflin in the game, Mumford in the game, Welborn in the game, Alexander in the game, Anderson's still in the game. It'd get nasty around here because they'd all be almost in the same thing.
Let me tell you something.
I'll be like 5'8".
Let me share something with you, Buckethead. I'm just telling you right now. I'm telling you like it is, okay?
Okay.
Either you gonna say, we'll play you even if you're big, or we'll play you even if you're small.
Don't matter.
It don't matter. When you come out there, now you asking for something. Now I keep trying to tell you, now you talking to a man that actually put his own kid in the car because it was a guy bullying my son. This boy was bullying him, and I put my son in the car. I said, look, we riding up here, we're gonna solve this. And when we gets up there, the boy was walking down the road. He had two of his friends with him. And I told my son, I said, get out the car, let's go. And I said, now, this kid right here keep bullying you, and he got his friends right here. And I told the two friends that were with the kid. Now, I'm just telling y'all the truth out here in TV land. I told them other two friends of that dude, I said, now, I'm finna let my son deal with him, and you two better not jump in it. If y'all jump in, I'm put some knots upside your head. Now, you been bullying him, so I'm gonna let you and him solve this. You know what the bully did? Oh, I don't want to fight. Know why he didn't want to fight him? Because he wanted to wait till he got him by himself and they can gang him. Understand what I'm saying? Bullying. But I'm trying to tell you, we're not, I say that to say this. We the big dogs on the hill. Line up. If y'all want to play Oxford, line up. Put your paperwork in order and send it down here to the superintendent and sign my name. Hold on, let me finish. I'm going to tell you how to do this. Send your paperwork to the superintendent. Sign my name out there on the side out there and say, the king said, send it to you. And when y'all get this answer back, we'll let y'all know who we're going to choose next to get this in whooping.
I'm going to say this. Can I say this?
You go ahead.
You just said y'all king of the hill.
We on top.
Nuh-uh. Listen.
Who on top of the hill?
Ain't never been a time that you went out to the hill and thought you was to own that place.
Over here?
At Welborn.
Man, I said the king of this hill. We the top. We on top of the hill down here. I ain't talking about
don't
there.
Don't act like you finna go over because you went over there, you had to take it. You wasn't going to get nothing.
We took it. We
ain't took the hill.
We went out there and
you might have got the outside perimeters.
No.
But you ain't going to the epicenter and take over the epicenter.
You're good about putting up the scores and stats. Pull up that hill.
I ain't fooling with that.
You don't want to, because I know we went out there and took the lunch money. It wasn't easy, but we got off out there with that win. Lincoln versus Montford. What kind of rivalry is that? That's a big rivalry.
Wasn't no rivalry to me, but it is a rivalry now. I mean, it's always been a rivalry, but when I came through, Lincoln was down. So
Lincoln ain't down now.
No, they ain't down. But I'm saying when I was, I mean,
you weren't playing. Y'all play Lincoln?
Yes.
And y'all beat them?
Yes.
You say that like you like it.
I mean, it's a rivalry. I mean, listen, Lincoln and Talladega County is like Alabama Auburn. Oxford, Welborn, Anniston game, you know how that rivalry was? That's Lincoln and Montford.
They don't like each other like that?
They don't, worse than that.
No.
No, they don't like each other at all.
Let me tell you
Montford
something.
and Lincoln don't like each other at all.
That's what makes a rivalry, that dislike a little bit. That, the caller came in and said, he said to a school that he didn't like.
He straight up said he didn't like them.
And I understand that.
Me too.
I mean, I'm in a different line of work right now. And
so you got to be careful.
I got to be careful. But I just tell you right now, when I played ball, I ain't like Sachs. I ain't like Alexandria. I didn't like Anniston. And most definitely didn't like Welborn. But you know what? Now I love them. I can go out there and talk to the coaches. I can talk to the kids and enjoy it. But I enjoy the sports. Now, it ain't no such thing that I dislike the people. I just, you know what I'm saying, the team when we were playing, we didn't like each other.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
And look, and we'll talk smack. I'll walk up to you and tell you before this night's over, you're going to wish you'd be on the sideline.
You about one of them kind of.
I would tell you. I'd tell you straight up.
Something.
I would.
Will you tell the boy you were dating this girl too?
I would say, we running right at you, stop it.
That's what you would say?
Or they throw me the ball. Listen, you've been cutting me all night. They throw me the ball, stop it. Get it if you want to. You know what I'm going to do when I catch it?
What you going to do? Give it to him?
Give it to you.
That's it? That's all you got, buddy?
I'm give it to you, because I can't say much.
That's all the smack talk you do.
I didn't want to get thrown out.
That's all you got?
Yeah, because I almost got thrown out a couple times.
You running that trap?
Yeah, I can't do that no more.
Yeah, well, you know.
I always thought actions was bigger than words.
Always. If you can back it up.
That's what I'm talking about. I always thought action was bigger than words. So you could talk to me all night long.
Well, one time our brother, your brother and my brother, Randy Adams, he made all county.
Yeah.
In more than one sport.
Yeah.
Down there in Montford.
Yeah.
I think they ought to have his name in the Hall of Fame on the wall.
They don't have a Hall of Fame now.
They ought to have one.
I agree.
I just said that. You know what I'm saying?
All right. What do you want me to say about it?
I need you to say it just like I said.
We need to have a Hall of Fame.
You act like you don't know what I'm saying. You know, and me and you both know Randy was an athlete.
He's a 3-sport star.
He's a 3-sport star. I mean, how you think these kids today don't?
That's
how they don't know nothing about us if we don't tell these people?
That's another thing. You know,
they wasn't back in the day.
They took us straight. He was at Oxford too. They pulled us right on into Montford.
We didn't pull you in Oxford. We put you in Montford.
Yeah, that's what I said. They pulled us in Montford. They thumped us out.
I mean, y'all
thumped us like a booger.
Had to get on over there.
Get on out of here, they said. Get out.
So you was in the wrong part of town.
Out.
But you've been staying there all your life.
All my life. I ain't even gonna get into it.
You missed a great opportunity. All I know is, I'm glad I got a chance to meet you guys at a young age.
I'm glad where I wouldn't take nothing for where I wound up.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we built a. I mean, here's what I'll tell you. We talked about this earlier. Mumford had a run in the '80s, a big run.
Because y'all don't got to have Oxford kids.
Hold on. Well, y'all kicked from Carolina out, so I mean,
y'all got to have Oxford kids.
Mumford had a run in the '80s, and I wouldn't take nothing for it. You talking about being king of the schools?
Yeah.
We were king of the schools.
Well, I'm telling you, if you run around like you're in Hawaii 5-0, jumping bridges and railroad tracks in your mama car, you know what I'm saying? Y'all own the town down there. No police.
No police, nothing. One little post office.
That's just like Happy Days.
Post office as big as our set right here.
About like Happy Days. Y'all living like Happy Days down there, wasn't you?
Mayberry.
No, Sweat Hogs. Welcome back, Carl.
Welcome back,
I
Carl.
can see you in the classroom just now, acting up.
I didn't act up in class.
You did?
Mm-mm.
Boy, you
I did do one
I was getting ready to
thing.
get you. I was getting ready to get. Go on, tell the truth. 'Cause
And-
mama listening now.
Mama already knows it.
Okay, well tell.
And Randy can vouch for me on this.
Okay.
Because we had this test, and this is going to take about, I don't want to get away from what we're doing because he done took me down this rabbit hole.
Go on down in the rabbit hole.
But we had this test, and it was a semester exam. And Mr. Cody was as cool as me and you. I mean, man, he was our age back in the day.
Yeah,
So he was
okay.
cool like a.
Okay.
And so he told me straight up, he said, Tyree, if you fail this test, I promise you I'm flunking you. You'll be back next year.
Coming back next year.
Come on. I said, well, you ain't flunking me.
Yeah.
And so I ain't studied for it at all. But I was smart enough to get a duplicate answer sheet. And so I knew all the answers, 100 true and false questions. And we wrote them on a pencil. 100 true and false questions. We wrote on a pencil, and there were 6 of us involved. And so I was the last one. I had my feet kicked up on his desk the whole class. And he said, I'm firing you. I swear I'm going to get you. So, look, when I had a pen, I didn't even have a pencil. When the last guy come by that done filled out his test, I said, sharpen my pencil for me. I had a pen.
Yeah.
And he sharpened it, and he looked at me, and it was about 10 minutes ago before the bell, and I said, well, it's time for me to start taking this test. And he was looking at me. Well, I put the pencil right there so I could see the answer. And I just going up there, and he said, I want you to just mark them up like that because I'm failing you. I want you to just mark them up. Only person in the whole grade to make 100.
You had the answer.
You're looking at him.
Bucky, here, let me explain something to you. You do know we're on TV.
I do, but I just want to get that out there. I just want to get that out there. I want to be honest. I mean, I felt bad about it for years.
You should have went to the Catholic Church and went in that box and then gave all that.
Why I gonna tell the box that?
You gonna go off in that box and give all your...
To finish the story, and then I'm getting off of it, is the guy, Mr. Cody said, hey, he said, I ain't gonna take your grade from me, but I gotta know how you did it. And I pulled that pencil out of my pocket and I flipped it to him.
He gave it to him.
He gave it to him. Walked on. That's how you do flip the football, you know. There you go. He just said, years down the road, I had people I knew that he'd always call my name. He said, I've been took by the biggest crook ever. And he'd hold that pencil up. And he'd say, so don't try, because I've done seen everything.
Oh, listen to me, man. Let me tell you something. You done got on national TV and told everybody you don't have the answers to the test.
I had the answers to the test. I ain't gonna lie. Can't lie about it. I had the answers to the test.
You should have went over there and went in that little box and told Father, I need to talk to you about the sins. I need you to forgive me.
Why I won't tell him that? I can tell the good Lord myself. I want to tell him.
You can tell somebody.
I just told her.
You just wait. Look how long this gonna take this long.
Oh, that story's been out a long time. I just hadn't told the public about it. Look, Chris Rose said he wanted to be in the conversation tonight on this Oxford thing. I mean,
every time I got to get away from this cheater. You're right.
Ricky Young came on talking about
Shannon,
the
you're right.
Shannon
said I got to get away from this cheater.
He can't say nothing about it. I'm tired of him being in our conversation. He's always trying to get in our conversation.
Listen, Buckethead said you're getting in our conversation. But he don't gave you all his personal business here on TV.
Yeah.
It don't make. How you do that?
That statute of limitations up.
No, they're gonna get you tomorrow.
They gonna get me tomorrow?
Yeah.
Take them out
They
the
gonna
take
pull
them. You know they wasn't nothing in my diploma anyhow. They gonna put me back in 11th grade.
Radio.
Yeah. I'm AM, he's FM.
Yeah, well,
We got
radio.
2 channels. We got both channels.
They like French fries, and I like apple pie.
But back to the Welborn Oxford Anniston. We've been on
that
it.
up.
We've been on it so long, and
I like that.
you want me to put this up?
Put that up.
I'm gonna put this full screen. And
Put it up. See how good it look. We'll get some folks on here and start talking some smack. I like that.
There
Look,
it is.
look at that.
Can
Look
we-
at
can we-
that.
Can we get anybody? I mean, we've had so much smack being talked about
Jay-
online, and nobody gonna call in and talk about it.
Look, Jay, talking about we just
And
going
somebody that
Easter
played
Bowl.
in this, I want somebody that played in this game to call in and tell me what happened in the game. Somebody that played in this one game.
All you Welborn Panthers out there, you ain't got a hair on your chin if you don't call in here and talk to the Buckethead and the King about that Welborn and Oxford game.
I want to hear some Oxford people talk about it too.
I'm here, baby, to represent them.
Yeah, but I
I'm
want to
here to
hear. I
represent
want to
them.
hear
Don't
a
you worry
different
about Oxford.
perspective than from Homer, and from Gary Herbstreit himself.
Don't be a hater all your life. Don't look good on you.
Gary Tweed himself.
Don't let that stuff. Don't let that
No.
hate. That hate that don't look good on you, boy.
He more Oxford than Lane Tweet was.
That's right. That's right.
And
Now,
you
Lane
can't
was
get
bad
no more.
boy.
You can't
That-
get more Oxford than Lane Tweet.
When listen, no lie detected. I'm telling you, telling the truth. But like I said, if we don't have no Oxford person call in here, I represent.
Did you hear the story? Did you see the story that the Easy Eric put on Facebook about the Oxford Welborn game? He wouldn't
No.
have been around this place if it wouldn't have been for Oxford Welborn.
Yeah, his parents met.
They met in 1969. His
Yeah.
mother was a cheerleader, majorette for Oxford, and out there, and his daddy was graduated from Sachs, and he was at the ball game.
Eric was made behind that love.
He met
That's a love.
the stadium used to be wasn't filled in. You could walk in behind the stadium.
Yeah. But
I
don't
ain't
tell you,
gonna
they
say.
met. That's love.
That was love. That's where.
You got a question here from Cody here. Cody said, who was a better player, Buckethead or the King? Listen, let me explain something to you. You can't never compare the two. You can't compare the two, Buckethead or
They
the
trying
King.
to start something. Ain't
You
they?
see this stat? You see the stats behind us? We got stats. I mean, this man here, Hall of Fame. I'm a Hall of Famer. He's a star. Did you not show him the stars?
I did. No, well, we got them
You
somewhere.
got them. Show the stars to the
we need
people,
to show
man.
'em because
So they listen.
we had our hands in the concrete and all.
Bad. Listen, you're looking at two of the best that
I
come
mean,
through here.
We actually, in high school primetime Hall of Fame, we would be 1A and 1B, the first two in,
Yeah.
because we started it.
Yeah. Good question.
Good question.
Good question, but I'm gonna let you know you can't get us to go down that rabbit hole. 'Cause he stays in the hole. I just try to keep us from going down the
no,
hole.
I had to go pull you out of it.
Oh my God.
Now,
But,
that is a good question, but
he played. Listen,
two
we played,
different type players.
We
Two
played
different
ball
players.
together.
yeah.
We played baseball together. See, but he couldn't play football with me because they kicked him out of Oxford, and he had to go to Mumford. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he been wanting to be an Oxford Yellow Jacket all his life. He just got kicked out. Some things we let stay around here, and some things we don't. I mean,
Lay it on the table.
Boy, well, good question there, Cody. I
That is a
appreciate
good
it.
question.
Get back to what you said, man.
I'm still waiting on the Oxford Welborn must not have been a big rivalry.
Huh?
Must not have been too
I ain't
big.
with
because,
these
I mean, we
folks-
got people blowing up Facebook, but they scared to talk about it.
No, man, they gonna
Buckhead
call
ain't
in.
gonna call you out, and I know it. Now,
Yes,
listen,
you will. Yes, you
Welborn
will.
fans call in. I'll keep the King shut. I'll mute his mic.
I snatched all the cameras out in here. You come on, mute my mouth.
I'll mute his
go
mic.
Larry Stubb. There your boy Larry go.
That's Aniston boy.
Yeah,
Was
he
mean as
said,
a, he
what
was
about
mean as a
he said,
pine nut.
what about Anderson and Oxford series? And we beat Oxford 2 times in one season. Let me tell you something. In the Turkey Bowl, hey, now he done told his age, ain't he?
I wish we had a turkey bowl now.
That ain't what I'm trying to say, man. I'm trying to say this man done came over here talking about beating Oxford 2 times in a row. He said the Turkey Bowl.
I can't say much about it because it was just a little bit before my time. I went
knew
to
you
Turkey
old.
Bowl. I went to Turkey Bowl.
I ain't asked you that. You old.
So
you old.
The thing is, though, is Larry.
Larry, you old. Larry, you old, and Buckethead
And
old.
Larry was tough as a pine knot. I mean,
Yeah.
he played at Anderson when.
You saw Larry play? You old.
No.
Larry played when them helmets was leather. You
No, he
old.
didn't.
He ain't have a face
No,
mask.
he didn't.
Yeah.
Larry was on a really good team. I mean, he was on some good. He had some good players with him. Now.
Larry, send them years that you played. I need to know what year you played. And I need to know. He played with Andre Franklin.
I don't know if Andre was on his team. No, he played with Keith. I
Robertson.
think Keith Robertson played with him. The twins, Ronald
O'Donnell?
Yeah, the
He played
twins.
with Ronald O'Donnell?
I think he played with Ronald O'Donnell.
Well, if he can remember that, then if he played with Ronald O'Donnell, he got to know when they came to Oxford that what was that? I hit him. Not one of the twins up under the bleachers over here. Knox.
Mitchell Knox.
Mitchell Knox.
Mitchell
If
Knox.
you remember that, Mitchell Knox. Larry said 72 and 74. 72 to 74.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Mitchell Knox playing at that time. Now, Willie Players wasn't playing at that time. Willie Players came by about 83, 84.
83.
Yeah.
Really graduated 83.
I don't care nothing about Larry throwing no
Call
flag.
in right now.
Call in, Larry. Don't be sitting there doing all
trying
that
to
typing.
and all that stuff. Call in. We need to talk
Teresa,
about this.
Miss Teresa Harris said she was a Golden Girl. She didn't play football, but the rivals was like an Iron Bowl in high school my senior year. Hey, girl, you was a Golden Girl for them Yellow Jackets, because I'm going to let you know, you kick high. They like to kick them legs real high. Boop, boop, boop,
They
boop.
did the Rockettes.
Golden Girls,
The Golden
man.
Girls
Y'all,
did the Rockettes.
we have Golden Girls at
I
the,
know,
at the
and I
home of
was
the Yellow Jackets, baby. You just understand. All I know is the flight of the bumblebees. Teresa, thank you, babe. I don't know what in the world Larry is still typing for. We told you to call in, Larry. He said he had to block Knox.
He had to block Knox?
He had to block Knox.
No wonder.
He had to block Knox.
No wonder Ronald Donald
he said
got. No
block
wonder
Knox
one of the
and
twins
Haynes.
got knocked out.
Knox and Haynes, he said.
Mm.
We got to behave. Mama on there. Hey, Mama Tyree, happy birthday, darling. Again, I hope you enjoyed your birthday. I saw that old beautiful picture up there with me and you. And Buckethead just about messed it up. But I'm glad I was up there with you. You saw that picture, didn't you?
I seen it.
You saw it?
Yeah.
You
Thank
see that smile Mama had?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen it.
But you know what? Only thing we missing is that birthday cake that I know you should have made for yourself. I would have got me a slice.
Made for yourself.
All right, Mama Tyree, go ahead on. If you feel like getting in the kitchen, go ahead on and make us a cake. And I say happy birthday while I'm eating mine. Slice.
So Mike Henley was still at Oxford then when he played.
He said 72 to 74.
Lee Hansen, Mike Henley, Tim Hirsch.
Love you too, Mom.
Mitch Knox.
Yeah, Mitch Knox.
It wasn't Mitch, it was Mitchell Knox.
Yeah, he would hit you.
Yeah,
he'll hit you and
teeth
knock
out.
you in the middle of next week.
Make you forget who you were.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He look like he hit you right now. You seen him lately?
Yeah. I'm trying to see who all Oxford. That's it.
Mama
That's
said,
all I
"What
got.
kind? Any kind of cake, long as it ain't got pecans on it. Any kind that you make gonna be good." 82 to 86 at Wellman.
Who was that?
Ledbetter. Chris,
Ledbetter,
what's up, Ledbetter?
call in, Ledbetter. You've been talking on the side the whole time. Call in.
They were told growing up to beat Oxford. All my family grew up playing. Y'all grew up playing against Oxford? It's the Ledbetters, man. I know Chris. What are you talking about? Larry Stubb. He's talking about Knoxwood. Why Larry still texting instead of calling in, man?
But Marty White, I forgot about Marty was on their team.
Oh, you got the line up
Yeah,
over
this is Donald. Jerry Brown. Jerry Brown was an end that played for them. He was a senior in
For
74. Yeah, for Anderson.
People, I don't know if people don't realize that the powerhouse around this at Calhoun County was Anniston for a long time.
What about
they were
Speedy
6'8".
Brown? What you got on Speedy Brown, Larry Stubbs? Call in.
He got all that history, but he won't call in. Man, pick up the phone. Throw the flag. Throw the flag on Larry.
I'm throwing a flag on Larry.
Yeah, because he don't want to call in. Eric,
I'm not fooling with Larry because he won't pick up the phone. I done told Larry to come on the show.
But back to what I was
Everyone
saying. Anderson used to be one of the
Anderson was the
powerhouse.
no, they wasn't one.
6.
Anderson was the big dog. When you
Around-
beat Anderson around
That
here
meant
back in the
something.
day, when the turkey bowl stuff you talking about before
That
then and
meant
all that,
something.
yeah, when you could beat Anderson, you did something, and it didn't happen often for
No.
a lot of teams around here.
No.
I mean,
You didn't just beat Anderson.
no, I mean it didn't happen.
We got that line lit up. Okay, all right, we got line lit up. Let me answer this phone. Go ahead. You're on with Buckethead and the King.
Let's talk.
Who we got on the
That's
phone?
Stubbs. That's Larry Stubbs.
It is.
Hey, Stubbs, I'm going to ask you one more time.
All right, go ahead.
All right. You were playing with Keith Robinson.
Yes, sir.
All right. Who else was on that team?
You had Marty White. You had
Marty White.
Yep.
Speedy Brown.
Speedy Brown.
Jesse DeRamus.
Jesse DeRamus was on that team? You know Jesse DeRamus come from that ditch.
Yeah.
That's where I'm from, the ditch. Don't let her get it twisted. I ain't from Hobson City. I'm from the ditch. I done told him.
Jesse, he's a big old boy.
Yes, sir.
But Larry, we were talking about back in the day, Anderson was the big dog. People talk about Oxford now being the big dog. When back in the day, if you beat Anderson, you done something. I mean, because it didn't happen around here
Right.
often.
Right.
It just didn't happen because people. I mean, Anderson was the big dog. They had the best players.
Well, I'm telling you, Ron and Donna was them twins was something to deal with, and they played baseball. They played baseball for my granddaddy team in Hobson City.
Yep.
And they can play baseball just as good as they play football. But do you remember the night that Mitchell Knox hit him, one of the twins up down in Oxford?
Yeah.
He liked to kill him, didn't he?
Mitch, he could hit you. David Haynes, he was a little guy, but he would hit you too.
What
You
was,
talking
what
about
was
the principal, David Haynes,
He's
the pastor? There was a pastor, principal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know David.
He would hit you.
he was
But
a teacher.
and you know we had Eric Johnson. He went and played pro ball, and we had a good team back there. Coach Farrell coached us.
Was
Coach Farrell.
let me ask you, was that before Andre Franklin?
That's no, Andre was after us. He finished the 70s.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, he's after you
But
guys.
Andre was a good one too.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna say it on TV. And Larry, I'm saying it so you're on the phone. And the statute of limitation is gone now, and
Oh yeah.
Buckethead already done confessed on cheating on the test. So let me go ahead and say this: my 11th and 12th grade year, I supposed to been playing ball at Anderson.
Really?
My dad lived on Montrust in Anderson.
I wish somebody would have turned you in.
And let me my dad lived on Montrust on Lincoln Park, and my mom actually let me live with my dad my 11th and 12th grade year.
So you used her address and went and played at Oxford.
I didn't ever change the
cheater.
address. I never did change the address, but
You
this
such
is what
a
it was.
cheater.
I laid my head at my dad's house, but I drove to school to Oxford every morning.
So did you go to Oxford?
I went to Carp my 7th grade year.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
That's how everybody know me. I went to Carp my 7th grade year.
Another story right there. Woo.
And he played Little League all the way up in Anderson until he got old.
Norwood. I played
Yeah.
in Norwood, Little League
But there
baseball.
was a lot of
Norwood
teams.
was the place.
Yeah, a lot of people played at Norwood. Norwood was I hate that's history that's gone.
Norwood and Easdale Park.
Yeah.
Easdale
Yeah,
Park.
Easdale Park.
That's something that hurt Anderson. When you shut that down, Little League programs got gone. You just shouldn't have done that. That was
That's
something
right.
they should have done.
I agree 100%.
And you
But
can
yeah,
go.
those were the good times.
So Larry, official wise this year, let's get into some serious stuff. Official wise, have y'all got enough to? I mean, I know it's hard to get
I'm
enough
not in East
officials.
Alabama anymore. I'm up here in Jacksonville.
You're in the Jacksonville.
And we've got 15 contracts. Last year I had, we had like 75 officials, which is very good. Very good.
Good. That's good.
Now, I don't know what East Alabama's got this year. I think they've got 15 contracts. I don't know how many officials they got.
So what schools do you guys cover in Jacksonville, Larry?
We got Etowah. We got Pell City.
You got PLC.
Yeah.
That's gonna be rough out
Coach
there.
Brooks.
Hey, is Rusty with you?
No. Yeah, Rusty's up here with us. Yeah.
I just saw him yesterday in Jacksonville, and
Lord.
he comes in my restaurant, telling everybody in the restaurant that he raised me. Now he ain't saying it quietly. You know, he played baseball for my granddad, and I was a little kid up there watching Rusty play baseball on my granddad's baseball team. And he tell everybody, hey, I helped raise that old boy right there.
Oh, I can hear him now.
That's him. And then he got a chance to coach me East-West All-Star game. Rusty was the coach. Jacksonville.
So before Gary rudely interrupted you about how many teams y'all had, who y'all got? So, you don't even know? My goodness.
Who?
You don't know?
That's a lot, man.
We got White Plains. We got Pleasant Valley, Etowah, Pell City, Ranburn, Wellburn.
And so y'all got plenty of officials to cover who y'all got, so that's good.
Yeah. Well,
I hope East Alabama does the same thing.
Wait a minute. No, hold on, Larry. You asking these questions like you looking for a job?
No, I mean I
you
just
going?
know without officials you can't have the game.
Call with us.
That's what I'm trying to find out, whether or not you going back.
No, I'm not going back.
You can't call Mumford game.
I'm too old to run now. Larry just stands in the middle of the field.
Blow the whistle.
Yeah, I'm in the middle.
He's in the middle of the
Blow the
field.
whistle.
Yeah, you blow the whistle and quit running. Don't
If I have to
Don't
run,
do that.
Listen, if I had to run past 10 yards, I'm blowing that whistle. Stop this
Hey, I
play.
appreciate what y'all do.
Man,
Thank
we
you,
like
Larry.
it, Larry.
Thank you for the
Appreciate
call,
you,
my
buddy.
brother.
And we'll see. Hey, I want you to call in more during the season. We want to have like a little referee take on some of these things, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, buddy.
thanks,
See you, Larry.
All
Bye.
right. Now, hold on, man. Gerald came on here and said, y'all both cheaters. Now, listen, it's a difference on what he done to what I done.
No, it didn't.
Yeah. I mean, you had the answers to a test.
And you ain't never had the answers to a test?
I'm not crazy enough to get on national TV
Have
and
you-
tell that.
Hold your hand up.
I had the answers to the test because I studied. You know how you get the answers? You study, and that's
then-
where the answers at right
and
there.
Then, so you didn't cheat? Never?
I take the fifth.
Hey, slow down now. You drink too much of the fifth, you'll be in trouble.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And look, Gerald Cates.
No, bring
No.
him in. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, he gonna plead the fifth too.
That joke hard. He just said both of us cheaters, boy. I said that don't make no sense. All I said was I drove to school in 11th and 12th grade.
Yeah, that's cheating.
Huh? That's driving.
You lived out of district.
I did.
Yes, you did.
I lived in Calhoun County. They had open gates.
Open enrollment back then?
Yeah.
Oh, why couldn't I go?
They kick you out. It's a difference.
Because I lived in Talladega
They
County.
kick you out. I stayed in Calhoun County. Let's take a break while you sitting up here trying to get me.
Yeah, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
If you're the family with kids playing sports and the parents that are running two ways at once, then a Team One Chevy is perfect for your team. Baseball, softball, and soccer families can travel in all-American style with a new Chevy from Team One. Bank on the best deal, a great selection, and the perfect vehicle for your all-American team.
Interest rates as low as 1.9% and no payments for 90 days when you finance with GM Financial. Home of the best people, the best service, period.
When it rains, it pours. Be certain that your house is ready to survive the next storm. Noah's Ark specializes in protecting everything that is inside of your house by keeping water where it belongs, outside. Schedule your free home assessment today. Call Noah's Ark at 256-453-1580 or visit noahsarkwaterproof.com. Noah's Ark. Keep water out. Protect what's valuable in.
It's done, man. It's time to come together and change the culture. Let's do the little things right. Let's not worry about what the school board says. You do what you've been coached to do. You do it. Don't worry about everything else. Do your job to 100% because your brother next to you means more than the name You come in our house, you earn it. Respect ain't given, respect is taken, and we take it tonight. It's prime time, baby. It's prime time, baby.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. Welcome back to the Buckhead and King Show. I don't know what to tell you, but I will say this: that Friday night game week promo they got right there.
That's great.
Man, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm telling you,
I tell you what, but without that man right there.
Oh yeah, Mikey way up right here on the screen, guys. Without him, our show wouldn't be here. He is
Appreciate
the
you,
presenting
Mike.
sponsor this year, and listen, he's with Calhoun County.
Yeah.
The dude's more involved than most people know.
Yes.
But I can tell you, he's involved with our show because and I will tell you this, he loves doing our show. People go up to him and tell him, you know, glad
Thank
you
you.
sponsored my Buckhead the King show.
And
anybody else wants to be a part of it, we'd love to have you. I mean, hey, we the cheapest gig in town. I can tell you that. We're the cheapest gig in town. You can get on with us.
Get me while I'm on floor level, cause when I get up here, I'm gonna be high to high cotton.
Walking in high cotton?
Shh, ain't no, what your governor
Ain't
said
nothing
that a high step.
Ain't nothing too hard for a high stepper. That's what she said.
Yeah, she said it.
But that intro music right there
I
I'm gonna tell you, it's prime time, baby.
And we got a video.
We got
this video
it's
coming.
crazy.
They ain't ready for that.
Yeah, they ain't ready for that.
Oh yeah,
No.
well. Billy, appreciate that, buddy. Billy said them Yellow Jackets gonna be pretty good this year.
I thought Billy was gonna call in.
Listen, it ain't too late for Billy to call in. He just said.
You know,
gotta
you
let
run
you
into
know.
people all the time. They say, "I'm gonna call your show. I'm gonna call your show." Then they get like
You
nervous.
Think they nervous about calling?
Nervous. We ain't gonna get them.
No, we don't bite.
You might.
Who?
You might. You know.
Man, you better not never let me hear you tell the people I bite. And you said, no, you told you dating folks with snuff in their mouth and stuff. You were going with that
She
time?
was from Oxford. I didn't date her. I just hung out with her.
Oh, you did more than hang out. She got snuff in her mouth. You knew she had it.
Answer the phone.
You on with Buckhead and the King?
Gary.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, what's going on?
Who I got on this phone?
Oh, this is Pale City Brawler.
What's happening, Pale City Brawler?
Hey, I like it. I like it.
What's up?
Y'all worried about those referees? Because you know that Oxford Pale City game this year is going to take double the referees for what Pale City's bringing to Oxford.
Hold on. I guess you missed the show last week. Let me help you out with something.
I'm liking this. I ain't even gonna say nothing.
You don't need it. Let me handle this. This is for heavyweights. You lightweight.
I'm staying out of this. Go ahead.
Let me tell you something, Pale City Brawler. Don't come up I-20, please. I'm giving you a prep talk right now. Stop down there at the Art, get you something to eat, then turn around. Because I'm telling you, them Yellow Jackets gonna put them knots upside y'all head this year. You hear me? Hear me good.
No, it's not going to happen.
What? Explain to me how is that not gonna happen?
Well, I'm on his.
I'm talking to him.
I'm trying to.
Ropes.
Who you say?
Russ Probst, he said.
Y'all better get 11 of them because he can't run or catch the ball for you. And he most definitely can't throw it.
He can coach it, though.
Yeah, but y'all better get somebody other than him to come out on that field. I'm telling you right now, I'm glad you called in, and I want you to keep calling because I love it.
That's the man we're talking about right there.
I'm going to hang up and listen.
Thank you, my brother.
Turn up the volume on that. Let's play that one more time. I got to hear that one more time right here. Then we're going to get into that color. Then I got to.
You know, and I'll even quote on last week, a little bit of controversy last week of what I said, when we were in 707 with my bad language. But the bottom line is, here's the thing. I'm going to fight for my kids. And I wasn't going to sit there and let them degrade our kids and call them out during a timeout. And I listened to it long enough. And I wasn't going to listen to it.
No more.
And it came from their defensive coordinator and their head coach. And again, I listened to it for about 30 seconds. And finally, I'd had enough.
Had enough
And so,
of that.
If people's got problem with me defending our players, then the heck with them. I mean, I'm going to defend our players.
That's what he
And
said. You can't
I
follow
don't care
him
what the
with that.
media thinks. I don't care what the negative naysayers say. I believe in our kids. I'm going to fight for
Let
our
me
kids.
say this.
Okay, Eric, that's enough.
Let me say this. I got to say this.
I'm tired of what you
like-
got to say about that man
I
right there.
like the Piedmont. What do you call himself?
He called
the
Pell City Bandit.
Brawler. Or,
It gonna be whatever.
whatever he was, I like it. I want him to call back.
He
can
gonna
call
call
back as soon as I'm done talking if he wants to.
Yeah, 'cause he
but
can call back.
here's what I want to say.
Say it.
That coach got folks believing down there.
It got folks
When
calling
you start
up here.
believing in yourself a little bit,
Huh?
things get tough.
Listen.
They start believing.
Yeah.
Stop believing.
Here we go. Remember the Titans over here. Here you go now. Listen, I ain't gonna say this. I'm not gonna say this no more. You guys, your coach is trying to tell you he's supporting you. And he got upset and said some things to our coach, because our coach was telling it, talking to our team about whatever. Yeah, that's football. But let me tell you something. When they come down I-20 to get to Oxford, where the lights are shining bright, we're going to put some knots upside the head.
Okay, because
All I got to say about it.
I want to straighten
Say
this out.
Take Pell City.
I don't
Take Pell City.
Listen, I just want to straighten this out. I like what Coach said. You like what Coach said.
I ain't faulting him for
But
it.
I want to put what Coach Adams said because people are blowing it out of proportion.
It's all blown out.
And what happened was
Get back
it
on
was
the
two
field.
competitors on the field
Get
talking
back.
to one another. So let's hear what Coach Adams said about it.
Yeah, so here's a fun fact. Before I started coaching, I actually worked at the Birmingham News under Ron Ingram and covered high school athletics, football, basketball, baseball, all sports. And I could only imagine the response I would have gotten if I would have brought back an article and the headline says, "Grown man says bad word." You know, that doesn't really seem like it would be part of the normal routine of the media. But, you know, I guess times have changed since those days. When you at a 7-on-7 setting, there's no fans, there's no band, there's no PA. Everybody kind of hears everything, right? And when you're in those kind of things, players are competing, coaches are competing, and sometimes things get said. And you know, should it be headline news? Absolutely not. Now, I think I'm not going to fall into the trap of letting this be a coach versus a coach kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke to Coach immediately after that. I'm talking seconds after what was spun in the article as a scene. What we talked about was ticket prices and parking. Seconds after this whole thing. So to think that, you know, there's all this animosity between coaches and programs and all that in the big picture is simply not true. I mean, you have people that are competing their tail off, trying to win a game, trying to push the right buttons within their team to get their players playing the best. And you know, sometimes it can be spun to look like something that it's really not. So that whole thing, in my opinion, was extremely
Now, let me-
overblown.
No,
in
you-
my
Go ahead.
no,
You go ahead.
I
You
got
got
to
you
talk.
got it. You got it. Go
Now,
ahead.
listen. Class act.
Class act.
Class act.
Class act.
Okay. The smoke and all that junk talking and stuff like that, that's part of this. What he said just then, if that coach got to push certain buttons to make his team understand that, hey, I'm with you guys, win, lose, or draw. I want you guys.
No,
And
he was saying he was pushing buttons
he-
too.
that's what
His coach. His
Man,
team.
let me finish what I'm
okay,
saying.
go ahead.
All right. So what he was saying about that, what I'm saying about the Oxford coach right there, you think he ain't? He pushed buttons over there
Oh,
too.
he was pushing his team
That's
too.
right. So it's a competition.
But here's what I will say. If you live in Oxford or you live in Pell City and you actually think that this game ain't circled on the chalkboard,
It's circle. It was circle when the man signed the dotted line.
when the man- and
You called me
I told
and
you.
told me, hey, it's gonna be different.
different ball game.
It was circle when I left Oxford in '88. Trust me, we always played Pell City.
Yeah, we did too.
Okay, and we ain't always beat Pell City.
We didn't either.
Okay, so winning and losing against Pell City, it's a game. But I'm just letting you know, this year right here, what that man just said on here, they better get 40 more. They need 40 more players to transfer to Pell City. There it is.
Well,
I mean, don't bite your tongue.
I mean, I'll tell you this: they may have 40 more.
Get them. You better get them before the season starts, and you better put them to work. Cause I'm just letting you know, we busting heads.
Busting heads.
We busting heads. We busting heads. Come on. I mean, Buckhead, I promise you, man. You know I love you to death, but I hate on you. The hate don't look good on you. Put your 3-piece back on, son.
Let me say this. I love high school football because of this. Because we got some crazy folks out there that love their team.
We busting heads.
And listen, I love high school football. They ain't just in Oxford.
No.
They everywhere.
We some head knockers.
They ain't just special in Oxford. They everywhere. So this is what I will say though.
We busting heads.
I'm gonna say this.
What you gonna say?
Don't mess my Jello up. If that Friday night game over here at Lamar Field don't go the way it goes, the way you want it to go.
Listen,
don't mess my Jello up.
Listen,
if it don't go the way you want it to go.
All I know is you better get you some Jello with the fruit in it, cause you know what I'm trying to tell you right now. We some head knockers. We're gonna be busting some heads when they come down. Come down I-20 acting like you didn't do something to it. That's all I tell you.
Listen, Pell City, this is for you. I'm going to give y'all a pep talk.
Don't give it to them.
I want to give y'all a pep talk all the way up to the Oxford game.
Give it to them.
Win, and win, and win.
I got a phone call because you up here talking crazy. Go ahead. You're on with Buckethead and the King.
Yes, sir, King. This is the Blue Mountain Bandit. I've been watching y'all all night. Y'all got it going on.
Thank you, Billy, because I'm going to tell you something. I got to put up a Buckethead in here, and he over here giving prep talk to people.
Billy's in another thing. The Blue Mountain Bandit's in the same way the Mumford is and the same way Welborn is. If the Blue Mountain would give, they'd give Blue Mountain back to Sachs. Sachs would be somebody else.
Get him off you, Billy.
Ain't that right, Billy?
Yeah, that's right. But what about that song, King? Be ready. Be ready.
You better be ready.
For y'all. Come down I-20. Billy, they come down I-20, we put them knots all upside their head. You hear me? Doop, 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 doop. That's what Yellow Jackets do, man.
I'm excited about it. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Your Jello ain't going to be good.
What you got, Billy? I'm just got to stop this guy talking about the Yellow Jackets.
I just going to say, tell King to save me a seat for the Pell City and Oxford game.
Come and sit right beside the King, Billy.
I'm going to be there. I'm going to come see you tomorrow at the restaurant, man.
Got that catfish fried hard for you, Billy.
Yes, sir. I'm going to get a haircut and ride by and see you after I get through.
All right. Thank you, my brother.
See you, brother. Thank you for the call.
All right. Take care.
Oh, Billy like his catfish fried hard, bro. He coming straight up there. He just said when he get a haircut, he coming right on over there. You hear me?
I hear you.
All right. Don't sit up here and act like you don't understand. Oxford better be ready. Cody, what? I mean, I'm trying to figure out how. I mean, it's out of our hands. If they ain't ready, that's going to be on them. What I'm saying is, why you think they out there practicing right now?
Why is people telling Oxford they better be ready? Is Pell City that good?
Hey, did they know what just happened? Do they know why the coaches upset saying all these crazy stuff out here? Oxford beat them. What was the score in the 7-on-7? What was the score? You got it, Buckethead. You got everything else.
I don't want to put it on there.
You throw everything else
up. All I know is this.
I don't want
that Pell City brawler made my night. He made my night. And if he don't, he got to call back. I want him to call in all the time.
Cody got to call
until it's over with. And Cody can call.
Cody just said. I want to know. You know, the Oxford better be ready. I asked you what was the score in this 7-on-7.
I don't know, and I can't remember.
Lies you tell. Say it again, Eric, in my ear.
It's 34-2.
See how fast he came up with it?
When the word popped out.
34-2.
Now I'm gonna tell you.
Don't you tell me
You tried to say the coach should have done that because it was over with.
No.
But the coaches always keep his team fighting until the end. Now, come on, we got to fight to the end no matter how bad we get beat. Don't be a quitter on me.
Let me say
Don't be a quitter.
Let me say you said I said it was wrong.
No, I said people saying it's wrong.
Oh, okay. Because this is what I said.
I know what you said. I was set beside you.
I'm going to reap.
Okay, we'll read that. Let's play the tape back.
Yeah, you ain't got to. I'm going to say it.
Okay, go and say it again.
I'll say it again. They don't have a play in football that you can score 32 points in 2 seconds. Nowhere in football.
But you don't quit.
I ain't saying nothing about quitting. But if you call a timeout with 2 seconds Left on the clock.
But what if little Tommy ain't? You got to go out there and get his yak.
I'm gonna cuss little Tommy out after them 2 seconds up, cause you ain't did it all day. now
I ain't
said
doing
it.
it. I'm fighting till the end. I got 5 minutes
I
in.
said it.
I got 5. No wonder y'all
Shannon
want
said
no
the
good.
King got the best catfish in the state. You know what to say? Hey, I'm asking you, is that true?
That's 100% true. I ain't arguing with that at all.
Well, you got your plate. I'm gonna give you your plate back.
I'm 100% on that.
You get your plate back.
I
now.
mean, we keep showing them reels right there, but that catfish is to kill for. That catfish is to die for.
Buckhead got a picture. He got a picture.
Do you realize, and I want to go ahead and let's run through them again. You do realize that we are the 17th. We will be covering Oxford and Fort Payne at Fort Payne on TV 24. Primetime Sports on the 17th. And then on the 18th, a 6-team jamboree at Ohatchee
on the bank.
On the creek bank, and guess who's going to be there?
Buckethead and the King.
Buckethead and the King on the creek bank.
What you say? Hey,
on the creek bank.
I'm going to let y'all know out there on the creek bank. I might be running a little late because I'm going fishing. If I come that close, I'm going over to the dam.
But it starts at 4:30 that day, and there's 6 teams there. We're gonna get there early. We want the fans to come talk to us. We want to sit down and talk to the fans. We want to sit down and talk to coaches.
You're gonna get there early. I'm gonna be down there over in the slough, back at the other side of the dam, trying to get me some crappies.
Catfish eat you up.
Crappies.
But
I don't want that creek fish. That Buckethead got baptized in the creek, he said. Did Roger catch anything? People, I'm talking to Eric. Roger catch any fish?
But the reason I said that is, what's today's date?
The first.
The first. Right. We started the 17th, 18th. We just a little over 2 weeks away from
game time.
People get hit in the mouth.
Ooh,
for real. For real hit in the mouth.
Speaking of getting hit in the mouth, I know you saw that boxing match the other night. If you didn't see it, you missed a good one.
I missed a good one.
I want you to know they were laying hands. Now the guy that won, he got the belt in 2 different weight classes. He the only one of them did it.
He laid
but
hands
listen,
on
me tell you, the boy come from up there in Nebraska. Listen,
cornbread eater.
He was hit with a jab. His jab was like a knockout punch. He was jabbing, knocking this dude out. Buckethead. He was hitting that boy so hard it made me go. Know that judge we you talking about? I locked both of my doors at the house and sit on the couch with my pistol.
Let's start with our shows that we got this year coming up during football season. You just start with them. We'll talk about them. You got the Buckethead King show. It starts every week off on Tuesday night from 6:30 to 8. And that gets everything rolling, gets the saliva running out your mouth. You know how you get when you finish to eat, you're so hungry, you finish to eat. We get to be the first meal. You got to eat steak in the first meal. You know what I'm talking about. We ain't no salad. We the steak and potatoes.
Come on.
Then we give you some dessert. We're running into the winning drive. When you on the way to the game from 5:30 to 7 or to right before kickoff on Friday night, that will be the game. But Thursday night game of the week, throwback right here. Thursday night game of the week, we're going to have a Thursday night game of the week on TV 24 Primetime Sports. You don't want to miss that. Then you'll have the winning drive, which is the next day from 5:30 to 7 o'clock. And then after that, you will have a Friday night game of the week. Getting doubled down on you right here during the week. We better than ESPN.
Shut your mouth.
Got better commentators.
Yeah.
Then you got the Friday night game. Then you got the coaches show following. And that will be just as the coaches show, Pigskin Roundup. And then Saturday morning, you don't want to miss it. Saturday morning, the Breakfast Club. And Buckethead and the King will be there. And you know we're going to be putting some food away.
Shut your mouth.
So you don't want to miss a thing. You see football season's around the corner. I can already smell dirty locker rooms. Guys, take it easy. Give us some good questions on our page, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys.